Oh, man. You got a good drink this time.
No, it's terrible.
What'd you bring today?
Oh, well, I just written. No, this is mine.
You got to share. It's called Hair of the Dog. We must share.
You didn't have much available.
Hair of the Dog.
So it's just, I found Campari, and we didn't have any club soda or anything, so I just mixed it with Dr. Pepper.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the Odyssey.
Yeah. This is disgusting, by the way. Do you want to try it? It's so bad. It was a little over the top, but okay. It's really bad.
I died. I went to medicine and I drank the medicine and stayed out of the bottle.
I mean, if we had stuff to make a Negroni, this would be good, but...
Do you remember that cherry style of cough fluid that your mother would shove down your throat with a spoon?
No, we did grape at my house.
That is that. It's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you too. I'm glad to be back.
I like the hat. Looks
thanks.
good.
Yeah, this was given to me by a friend from Scotland when I worked at Total Wine. This is the company.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very
the
nice.
Scotch.
You did something to your head, though.
Well, it feels colder now that you took my hat off. Thank you. Yes. I shaved my head. I know. Would you stop? Man.
You can have your hat back now.
Yeah, it's just, honestly, I got really tired of the heat here in Florida because at one point it got to like 114 degrees where I live. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of it. It'll grow back in the winter.
It looks good, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too upset with it. I do miss my hair, but in hindsight, this feels amazing. Like, I can feel every breeze. It's much better. And I don't have to worry about combing it or washing it in the will you stop? Washing it in the shower, because literally you just take body wash and just everywhere, and then you're done. And it's like, so like a shower takes like a third of the time because I don't have to shampoo or condition. I just body wash, rinse, done. It's so nice. All right, that's back on. We don't have to talk about my head.
What did you think about the Odyssey movie before we went to go see it? What did you say it was going to be? You said like an 8.5 or something?
Yeah, so Dan and I decided to give it a pre-score just to see if it matched up. I thought it was going to be probably like an 8.5. I didn't want to say it was going to be like a 9 or masterpiece. I knew it wasn't, but I knew an 8.5. I thought it'd be a good movie. What did you think?
I remember telling you that I think because of the way that YouTube is and news is, I said, I think I'm going to like the movie better than what all of these other people are saying.
Right.
However, I don't think it's going to be that great, so I think it's going to be an 8.
Which is still a really good score.
Right.
Really good score.
After the movie, all I can say is be better. Be better.
So, yeah, we went early in the day. We picked like an 11 o'clock showing just to make sure that, you know, it wasn't overcrowded and, you know, just get it out of the way, matinee. Yeah, it was too long.
First of all, they charged you a convenience fee.
Okay, all theaters charge a convenience fee when you book it online. We don't have to go. But the afterward score, I landed on a 7. It went down a 1.5 for me. What about you?
It's a solid 6.
Went down 2 points for you.
It's a solid 6.
Yeah. Not good.
Not even a 6.5. It's a 6. It's straight 6.
Yeah, it's bad.
They didn't follow any of the mythology. They did flashbacks way too much.
Well, we can get into that. So, before we obviously do a deep dive into what was wrong with the movie, let's...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, which we'll have in the description. So, because the reason I say 7 is because there were still some good aspects, I thought, about the movie, at least artistically. I thought that the acting was really good. I really liked the acting. The obviously the cinematography was beautiful. It was very immersive. Like, as things were happening, like, you really felt it. Like, which I know Christopher Nolan is known for, because he films on film, actual film, not digital. And on top of that, he doesn't believe in using a lot of CGI. So he really, like, goes to locations and films in actual. I don't know. I can't find the thing, and I'm lost in the word. I think the Campari's kicking in. I can't get to say something out.
Different locations.
Well, actual locations.
Yeah,
not
that would
CGI,
look, that
not
would
green
look
screen.
similar.
But what about you? Is there anything you like? Because if you give it a 6, it doesn't mean it's a failure. There must be something about it, the movie that you liked.
Okay, so the reason it is a 6.
Right. Versus like a 2.
Yeah, versus a 2 or a 1.
What did you like about it?
The reason that it is a 6 has everything to do with the cast itself playing just really good at doing what they're trying to do in the movie.
Right.
However, the reason it's not higher and the reason it's not lower, there's a lot more reasons why it's not higher. The reason it is where it is because, again, the actors kind of saved the movie the best they could. The
I agree.
the filmography saved the movie in what capacity it could. However, the portrayals of certain characters kind of is what downgraded that movie.
Yeah. That's also where I'm at. I think if I went into this movie and it was not the Odyssey and it was just a tale of a Greek mythology, if it wasn't a story that's so well known, and it was just some Greek mythology that Christopher Nolan wanted to do, I think I would have liked the movie a lot better. I think I would have not cared as much. But because this is such a well-known story, they really dropped the ball on the storytelling.
My biggest gripe with the movie, though, how are you going to do a Bronze Age era of Greece and not have any bronze armor?
Yeah.
And it's the end of the Bronze era, so they're all in very sophisticated...
Right. So in the beginning of the movie, we see the armor.
Yeah.
Trojan armor, we see the Greek armor.
What'd you say they looked like stormtroopers or something like that?
The Trojan armor looks kind of like a semi-futuristic, like it's futuristic, but they're still in like Greek times, futuristic.
Yeah.
Like clone trooper, like armor from that time. Like it looks like plasticky. There was no life to it. There was no color. There was no bronze. Nothing. Zero.
And more historically, because of where they're located, where Troy is suspected to be located somewhere near Turkey, it would have been it would have had influences from the Seleucids, from the Balkans, and so its armor would actually look closer to Persian armor than anything. And they did not do that.
It almost looked like every single piece of armor was trying to copy the style of like the 300 movies. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. And it didn't matter where they were from.
At least those were a little bit more accurate. At least those were more accurate.
Yeah, bronze, metal, armor. Well, yeah, even then, but they didn't wear much armor.
Yeah.
That's who you remember.
Yeah.
Like, movie was borderline gay. Which, during those times, during Greek times, there's a lot of that.
Especially the Athenians.
So yeah, as we get through the movie, the beginning, it's with, obviously, the character, that character?
Sinon,
which is a made-up character for the movie. That is not a real character in the Odyssey.
Stop telling people that she played, or he or they played Achilles.
That was a rumor. Yeah.
That's a rumor.
Which, to me, was actually hilarious for the reason, we both found it hilarious. So the opening shot is they're on the beach waiting, and there's a Trojan horse on the beach, and you're getting ahead of me. They see the Trojans coming, and then Elliot Page gets up and is running like this to the horse. I'm not joking. Like, you watch it, and I couldn't, because again, Elliot Page has no muscle mass. They're like 5 foot. It looks like they can't handle the weight of what little armor is on.
And mind you, it's probably just a piece of plastic.
And then instantly, died. Just killed right there.
Yeah, I thought I was going to hate her being in it because everybody rumored that she was Achilles or whatever.
Yeah. Smallest part in the world.
Smallest part in the whole movie.
I think you spit on me a little bit there.
Smallest part of
I
the
got a napkin? Oh, thank you. Thank you for wiping it more in my pants and spreading it.
smallest part of the whole movie. Smallest part of the whole movie. And I actually wasn't mad about it.
It really wasn't that crucial.
I don't think they needed her in the movie.
Not really. Because whatever. Elliot Page plays a character who's referenced back to the beginning of the war when he's recruiting soldiers. The person who played the younger version of that character actually had more screen time than Elliot Page.
Yeah,
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. And that kid, props to him. Good job.
I thought he did a good job.
Stood there, took a lot,
but
gave the lot back.
But yeah, Elliot Page's role in there, really didn't have a problem with it. I didn't care. It wasn't that big a deal. So we get through that part, and then all of a sudden the movie just becomes just a chopped salad. Like, it starts where it should have started, and it should have continued the movie through the rest of the Trojan War, gotten through all that scene, got that over with, and then begin the Odyssey back home. It decided from there to take the entire movie and just chop it up into bits, and so you're getting flashbacks, flash forwards, It was a mess, man. I can't even remember, like, where things were happening, when they happened in the movie, because they kept going, pulling. It was so aggravating to watch.
It was aggravating.
It was really annoying.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Because they got...
Just be better, you know.
Well, some of the biggest things is that Nolan just decided to take too many liberties with the story, and either adding stuff that didn't need to be added, and also taking out stuff that was very important to the story, which I hated very much.
They made...
We'll start with the first island.
Yeah.
So we get to the Cyclops.
Well, first off, they cut out the Lotus. That was the first island.
The Lotus Eaters, the island of the Lotus Eaters. They cut that out.
Island. Yep.
Completely.
And they started at the Cyclops.
Right. The Cyclops
is
cave.
probably the biggest well-known part of the story.
Right. And I was very excited for that, because that's one of my favorite parts of the story.
They cut out how Odysseus actually bargained with the Cyclops.
Right.
Because Christopher Nolan thought it was overly weird.
He thought it was
or something.
cheesy. He thought it was like a cheesy joke, because Odysseus is talking with the Cyclops, and the Cyclops doesn't like strangers, wants to eat them, and the Cyclops is asking, like, what's your name? And Odysseus says, my name is Nobody. And Christopher Nolan took that as like a joke that nobody would get, that audiences wouldn't understand or think it was too cheesy. But no, that was actually like a crucial part of the story. What we see is they go into the Cyclops cave. The Cyclops comes in, doesn't say a word, no talking. It just grabs soldiers and starts eating them, and then goes to sleep randomly. Just decides, well, I've eaten one, I'm just gonna take a nap, and goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And they were in there for like, what, 3-4 days?
Yeah.
Trying to get out?
Yeah. And then they have him mumble something that nobody can tell what he said.
Well, he was screaming it, but because it's a Nolan movie, there's audio issues. You cannot hear it. And I'm like, I don't know if the Cyclops is speaking another language, or if I just can't hear what it's saying.
Yeah, I just can't hear what it's saying.
Like, I can't make out anything. So they cut through the best part, and then they finally are able to escape when they decide to stab the Cyclops in the eye. They're finally able to escape, and then as they're leaving, he sees like one of his men's torn helmet fall out of the cave, and decides, well, I'm just going to shoot the sucker with one arrow. Like that's going to do anything, just to aggravate it. And then they're being chased by it. Like, if he didn't do anything, they would have made it to the water safely. Nobody else would have died. I was like, what? This is so stupid. Even in the boat, in that scene, his men were like, why the hell did you shoot it?
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like, we're all asking that. We all want to know.
Like in the book, he is arrogant yet wise.
He's prideful.
And he's prideful.
Yeah.
He would not have shot an arrow. Mm-mm. After he already fooled the guy. He would have rubbed it in and said his name and stuff.
Well, that was after he gets on the boat, when they escape. Also, the Cyclops, they cut this out, the Cyclops has siblings. He has brothers. Yep. So when they stab him, the Cyclops is crying out to his brothers And he's like, somebody hurt me, and they're asking, who hurt you? And he says, it was nobody. And his brothers think he's an idiot. If it's nobody, then why are you telling us? Shut up. And it's only when they finally get on the boats and they're leaving, Odysseus is screaming at the Cyclops on how he defeated him. And he's telling him, remember my name is Odysseus, which was a mistake, because now the Cyclops, who is a child of Poseidon, tells Poseidon.
Yep.
All that cut out of the movie completely.
And that's how they end up all the way in the middle of Spain.
And, another thing they cut out.
Circe's Island is...
Well, before any of that, they also cut out the god, the island of the wind god.
The island of the wind god. Aeolus.
Who traps the winds of the storm in a bag, gives it to Odysseus, and says, don't open this if you want to get home. If you open it, you're never going to get past the storm. Cut that out. The wind bag was never part of the movie. That's another crucial one. And then they go to the land of the giants after the movie.
The land of the giants.
Which, again, only happens after they open the wind bag.
And they were just... What is that movie? Giants. Iron Giant?
No.
There were just a bunch of Iron Giants.
There weren't even they get to the land of the giants, and I had to rewatch it because I went to the bathroom. There was this kid there that was just mumbling. Yeah. And they were like, hey,
we're not here. We're not going to hurt you.
And the kid just starts screaming and then runs away. Yeah. And all of a sudden, these giant armored soldiers just come out and start attacking them. And the whole movie, every single island they go to, it's like, island, let's go! And then run away! Let's get out of here! And they do that so many times in the movie. Let's go! Weird shit! Let's get out of here!
Well, and then they finally make it to Circe's Island.
Oh my god, that was also huge. And I was so disappointed every single time.
She turns them into pigs.
Which is part of the story.
But she lives in a shack. Or a cabin.
Not even a cabin. It's a shack.
It's a ran down
She
piece
looks
of crap.
and she's not attractive.
She's not attractive.
There's no other nymphs.
There's no nymphs.
She reminds me of the old witch from Brave. in her little shack or cabin there. That's what she reminds me of. It's horrible.
It's not portrayed well.
And then they also cut out a major part in that, which is where the men get turned to pigs. Odysseus is going to save them. He doesn't know how to defeat Circe, so Hermes intervenes, and he gives him the root of moly, the plant moly, which makes Circe's power null. It doesn't affect him. They cut all that completely.
Yep. And they cut out that he's related to Hermes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't include the character entirely.
And they don't include Zeus. They don't really include Poseidon. They say his names, but
they mention the god. But the only god we really see is Athena and Calypso. That's it.
And don't get me started.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So it keeps flashing back and forth, back and forth. Now, again, I have to reiterate, the acting was really good in the movie, especially. Who's the guy? John. He played the blind pig farmer. John
Lignitsky?
No, he's Colombian. He's not Polish.
Linguanatsky.
You keep adding the ski. There's no ski.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how to say his name.
We'll put it up there. He was the voice actor for Sid in Ice Age. Yeah. Great actor. I heard he was in the movie. I thought, I don't know how he's going to do. Probably one of my favorite.
It was the best character.
He did a really good job. And what I heard is that they actually put in context to where he actually couldn't see when they were filming, so that it looks more authentic to him being blind. Yeah, that was a great portrayal. I really liked that. Other than that, although I will say I think the dog is probably the best actor in the movie.
It doesn't do much. It just lies there. And then dies.
Argus, which is kind of the main part of the story. So, yeah, they're going through after that horrible scene with Circe, then they're sent to the underworld.
Oh, all while in between it's showing Telemachus and what's going on in Ithaca. Right. And then they're going back and forth between these two. Oh. And then every once in a while they'll be like, here's a Trojan War spot. Here's a Trojan War spot.
Yeah, they kept going back to
Here's
the
a Trojan War spot.
Literally from beginning to end, they wouldn't stop showing you segments of the Trojan War, and they would repeat the same kind of scenes and then add a little more, and then repeat the same scenes, add a little more of what happened.
They could have cut that out.
Like I said, they should have done that from the very beginning of the movie. Just show the whole part, and then no. And they also, I will say, Odysseus, his character in the movie,
kind of a wimp.
He's
a complainer, a whiner.
He is not. Yeah, he's kind of a wimp.
I always remember reading the Odyssey and thinking Odysseus was a savage man who wanted to get back to his wife and did not give a crap who was in his way. Even if it was a god, he would kill them.
Well, try one.
Well, at least try.
Yeah.
Because you can't, in that mythology.
They make this movie to where Odysseus he has PTSD from the Trojan War. Yeah. He feels guilty about the Trojan War, which is not true. The whole point of his character change happens during the Odyssey and everything that he's going through and like losing a lot of his men as he's going through it. That's where the real turmoil comes from.
Yeah.
They made it about the Trojan War.
He's supposed to become a hardened man who just does not care.
He becomes a monster.
Yeah, a monster. Sacrificing his men for his own happiness, that kind of stuff. But they make it seem like it was all because of Troy, and it's like, no, that's not why.
Oh, so we get to Hades. Not Hades, sorry. We get to the underworld.
No.
Which was not the underworld. They pulled up to a beach.
I want to say it was some place that has like a volcano. Because it was like lava rock.
Again, this is the issue with everywhere they went. It's just like a flat nothing. There was
every scene's a desert.
Nothing to look at.
Every scene is a desert
beach. Like a deserted island.
We haven't gotten to Calypso yet.
So he goes to the underworld to find the prophet that Circe told him to tell him how to get home. He's supposed to get there. He's supposed to see his mom, talk to his mom. And he's supposed to talk to Achilles while he's there. He talks to neither of them.
He talks to Elliot Page's character, Sinon.
Yeah, and then he talks to...
which I will say, the added part about the lot and like go get my vengeance part, I was kind of okay with that.
Okay, right. Like,
if you're not going to have his mom...
If I didn't know this was a movie about the Odyssey, like, that could have been a good...
Yeah, that's fine.
Who was the other person... Agamemnon. So, which again, does not happen. Then they go on about how he was murdered by his wife and
then they flash to the future or current and they show Telemachus and John Bernthal's character, which is Agamemnon's brother, hunting.
By the way, John Bernthal just pulls out this accent. John Bernthal was pretty much just the Punisher.
But he looked like this.
It's just, he's got that look. Let me tell you about your father. You want to know stories about your father? He's got this face. Maybe it's because he grew up in New York, but he's got this kind of almost like a De Niro. Do you notice his face sometimes? Yeah. And he just sounds the exact. I was like, I'm just watching The Punisher right now.
The best part is when he's like, nobody wants to hear about my brother.
Yeah. Couldn't I just...
So then they go back to the underworld scene, and Agamemnon's basically like, don't expect a warm homecoming, basically.
Oh, because he got killed.
Because he got killed.
Yeah, but he did something horrible. He sacrificed his daughter for the sake of winning the war, which also has just...
And like the fact that they showed Matt Damon's face of Odysseus making the face of like how I could see Odysseus making the face talking to Agamemnon of like the no shit.
Now, regardless of the fact that the performances were great, there was great acting. However, I could not see past the actors. All I saw was the actors as themselves. I didn't see Odysseus. I just saw Matt Damon. I saw Tom Holland. I saw Anne Hathaway. I saw Charlize Theron. I saw Zendaya. It was just them.
Yeah.
Being them.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah. You would think for like...
It was good acting, but I didn't believe they were the characters.
For Athena, you would think that they would have had her decked out in her like Greek armor and carrying her spear.
I looked into that. So the reason they had it to where she looked like who Zendaya was is because of that scene where they're, pillaging Troy and they chop off the woman's head.
Yeah.
And the woman was Zendaya. And so it's like, oh, Athena is showing herself as the image of the woman who was beheaded, who was innocent. That was... I'm like, are you kidding me? Why?
I don't know if I like that.
I don't
know if I like that.
They had so much to work with in terms of female characters that had great parts in the story. They snuffed all of them.
Oh, Calypso got snuffed.
Calypso was horrible.
Calypso was like...
Not the actress, not Charlize Theron, not that. The character they decided to go with for this movie.
Oh, not to mention that she lived on a beach, not paradise.
She lived in a sandbar.
Yeah, it looked like our backyard over in like the east coast of Florida.
It was everything was a sandbar, a beach with nothing on it.
It was
and they portrayed Calypso as like his therapist.
Oh yeah, that was annoying.
What?
And he's like sitting there. He's sitting there.
That was the beginning of the movie.
He's sitting there and she's like holding his hands and he's like, well, and then
remember.
And then my men, they died. In a storm.
Yeah, he's like trying to remember because she's been feeding him locusts to make him forget, which does not happen in the story. He is not captured, but held hostage by Calypso for 7 years because she loves him and she does not want to let him leave. So he is stuck trying to leave for 7 years. He's not there on his own will.
Right.
And again, this is where another character that they snuffed out in the beginning, Hermes, is the one who comes because he was told by Zeus.
Who was begged by Athena, which they didn't put that in there.
Nope. To let him go. And
they didn't even put the biggest part of the Odyssey, in my opinion, where Athena has to solve the challenges of the gods to free Odysseus.
I don't know exactly if that's in it, but Athena begs Zeus to let him go.
Yeah.
Calypso does not want to let him go. He is held hostage. He is forced to be there and to also forced to bed her. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah. That's a touchy subject.
Well, so that was all skipped.
Let's refocus.
Anyway. So he escapes, whatever. Finally gets home. Doesn't have to deal with Poseidon. He just wash-ups on shore. So he goes and he's going to... Now, it is true that he did meet with Telemachus before he went to his palace.
And he gave
but he didn't tell him. Obviously, he had a fake name. He was undercover the whole time.
I don't think he uses the name Sinon in the books, but they use that
because
in the
it's
movie,
a fake name.
So, that's whatever.
So, and he's waiting for the right time, and Penelope brings out the challenge, which is to string the bow and then shoot an arrow through 12 axes. Clean. Which they presented it as, this is where she's doing it so that Odysseus can get his weapon. Because she had like an inkling that he was there. Because he told them that he was alive. And so, which is not what happens again in the book. Lord. But I will say, honestly, a pretty cool part of the movie, the fight scene in the feasting room. Come here. We can't hear you.
It was the only good part of the movie.
It was pretty cool. But then they messed up. Because
no, that's after the scene.
Well, during the scene, as Odysseus is like killing everybody, so many people start like bowing down. They start getting on their knees because they are surrendering before Odysseus kills them.
Yeah.
Odysseus does not spare anybody in the book. No. He kills everyone. He kills the servants.
Yeah, because mercy will be the downfall of us all.
And yeah, like he's so savage in the book. He murders everyone, and including the servants, but he tells the servants first, clean up all the bodies of your masters, clean up this room, and then he hangs them after. He was ruthless.
Yeah.
Which is where he got to that point.
Well, I mean, after that long of a trip and that many years, like,
they made him so wimpy. They made him so wimpy in this one. Oh,
Not to mention Penelope.
I can't. They skipped the whole part that was really crucial, which is where Penelope actually recognized and believed it was him when he proved that he knew where their bed was.
Yeah, instead of
And
some
that
kind of like
the bed was carved out of the olive tree where they first met. So they skipped over all of that.
yeah. Instead, it was like a pin.
It was a
gold
pin. It was a pin that she get. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, it was a 6.
I'm still giving it a little better just because, like I said, the
He's
acting,
too generous.
the cinematography, it was really long. It was the first Christopher Nolan movie that I second Christopher Nolan movie I sat through where I was kind of like really bored and almost looking at my phone.
Listen, we both took a bathroom break during the movie and we didn't miss shit. Let me put it that way.
We didn't miss much.
So, if you're going to go see the movie, just know that go in with expectations of it's probably not going to be that great. Not because of the reasons you think, but because of the reasons we just said.
Yep.
Well, watch Epic instead.
The musical.
Yeah.
By Jorge Rivera. Watch that one if you like the Odyssey and you want the real story.
Peace out.
Hasta luego.